Is on EA Sports, and we are in Silicon Valley at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a short time ago. This crowd, they love their 49ers, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. And we're ready for football as the 49ers get set to do battle with the Pittsburgh Steelers. From way up at the 23.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10. At their own 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. First carry of the game for Jalen Samuels. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
Samuels, the ball
decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Roethlisberger quickly to the flat, and he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. It's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage. Good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces. So as soon as you get the snap, you're just throwing the football. All right? You're not trying to find the laces and grip it a certain way. That takes time. Just get the ball and throw it. So that's how they practice it all the time now, too.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, in a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
He was tackled.
It was Marcel Harris out of Florida making the tackle that time. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. From the gun, a give to Connor. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them. That was a really nice play. We're able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free, and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A 10-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead. They got to love that. 9-play drive results in 6 points.
That means they're doing the dictating. That means that they've described how the game's going to go. They're playing at their tempo, at their pace. If you're on the other side of the ball, if you're playing defense, defense is not methodical. They've got to go in there and shake things up and create a little havoc.
A short kick taken at the 18. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
At their own 28-yard line.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. From the gun, he'll set up to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
21.
Looking to throw. Garoppolo. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Sean Davis with a pick. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
First and 10.
Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned to...
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Running on first down is Mostert, but he can only manage a yard, and that's about it before he's tackled.
21.
A gain of a yard.
On 2nd and 9, Garoppolo.
35-yard line.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
For Deebo Samuel, incomplete. It's now 3rd down and 9 yards to go.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Throwing now is Garoppolo. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Here we go on 4th down with Garoppolo. And able to haul it in is Kittle.
Oh, boy, you ain't got no feet.
Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, 61 yards. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up.
For the point after.
That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it. Looking up into the lights, and he muffs it.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Not much there, only a yard.
30-yard line.
On 2nd and 9, Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Here's Roethlisberger. Trying to get it to Ebron, and it's intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score a touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
Makes the score Niners 14, Steelers 7. Robbie Gould to kick off for San Francisco.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. From way up at the 23. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. And solid field position here to start as they get this out to the 40-yard line.
Well, you gave up the first touchdown of the game, but how about the response? Big-time return. Now it's their chance to try and put points on the board.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll start the drive with Samuels. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Jason Barrett brought him down.
They'll run with Samuels. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
On 1st and 10 is Connor. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
James Conner, the ball carrier.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
From the 44, Roethlisberger taking it right down Broadway. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Eric Ebron. 44 yards. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. These two teams all tied after 1.
That's the end of the first quarter, with the score tied 14-14. Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. A short kick taken at the 18. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now, but let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to...
Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Jimmy Garoppolo with his 2nd touchdown pass of this first half. And the 49ers have moved out in front. Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise, because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown.
Robbie Gould to kick off.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. From way up at the 23. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. There have been points on the board. We just saw back-to-back touchdown drives. I love it. I'm high-fiving our statistician, Christian McLeod, and you're angry. You're a defensive guy.
If you met one of my defensive coordinators, God rest his soul, I'm surprised he isn't in this booth right now wanting to really take you on. This is not football the way he sees it. He wants a good old-fashioned kicking game, defense, field position, and we're getting an up and down the field game here.
I'll take him. Where's his tombstone?
Number 30, James Conner.
Boot Hill, baby.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd.
Roethlisberger will hand to Connor. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
On first down, Connor. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2.
Out of the shotgun, they'll run with Connor. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers.
Touchdown.
15 yards. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
A short kick taken at the 18.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. We have witnessed touchdowns on back-to-back drives. We'll see if the offense can continue this uptick here.
And I know you're looking at me funny. You're wondering when I'm going to get upset watching these guys go up and down field, aren't you?
I wasn't looking at you. I got something in my eye.
That's the excuse that you always use for something like that. Listen, I appreciate good offensive football as much as the next person. When it's played well and is skillful, I'm with it. And right now, this is exciting.
Oh, the defender likes it. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. Mostert. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Another 49er first down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Garoppolo. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. And a nice gain at 21 yards.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. Gets this one to use check. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and it'll make it a 2nd down. Back to the running game with Mostert. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd down and 4.
To throw is Garoppolo. Rolling to his right. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. Well, they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range. But boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board, but give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, battled, and made a key play.
Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Tackle made at the 21-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. A reminder coming up here at halftime. We'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first half highlights and analysis from a back and forth first half that we've seen. Here as he's taken down. But Nick Bosa so quick on the outside. He gets in there to bring him down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. Completion here to Claypool. And he'll go out of bounds just shy of the 20. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
That one, a gain of 20 and a first down.
At the 47-yard line.
Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike. Come to my world. We want it. Come to my world.
Now Garoppolo. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Switch gears. Switch gears. Check, check, check.
On first down, Garoppolo escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Back to the air on second. It's Garoppolo. Well, they intercept Garoppolo for the third time. Picked off by Bud Dupree. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
At their own 49-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. A new life now following the late turnover. Maybe a chance for points here before the break.
Yeah, pretty nice situation they find themselves in because they're really maybe one completion away from giving their kicker a shot, and that gives them a chance to get some points up on the board.
And a Steeler first down.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Roethlisberger will throw. Setting up the screen, this is Samuels. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down. Now a timeout taken.
1 yard gain.
Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Chris Boswell on for the field goal. A 49-yard.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And with it, they'll take the lead at 24-21. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
Taken in at the 3. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? Fields this way up at the 17. And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
put it mildly. That is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot, great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
They turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. Looking to throw again on second down. Garoppolo. He's going to drop this underneath to Mostert. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Garoppolo's throw taken in by Samuel. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Garoppolo out wide here to Samuel. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Garoppolo looks to throw once more. That's swung out to Mostert. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll make it third down.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. Open man is Samuel, complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 16. That third down conversion good for 23. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
At the 12-yard line.
And yet again, it's Garoppolo. He'll get this into the hands of Mostert. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. That play gets him 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal.
I don't want to seem absurd, but that boy's a gangster. Focusing on me, we're from Tel Aviv.
13.
Here's a run now with Kittle. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Now Mostert. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
Number 31.
Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this third quarter.
And goal.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
Hey, watch the screen, watch the screen.
They'll run with Mostert. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave them with a 4th and goal.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And no hesitation about this decision here. Confidently, they're going to go for this. 4th and goal from the feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. T.J. Watt causing the disruption. He gets the sack. And you wonder, Charles, could that decision come back to haunt them later?
And it really could, because in this situation, you kick the field goal in a tight game like this, that's a good play. Yeah. But maybe what he's saying to himself is, I'm just not a big proponent of the old idea that any possession that ends in a kick I'm happy with. He wanted to be really aggressive.
A little twist here in the third quarter.
2nd and 6.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Go. Check 15, check 15. Easy, easy.
Again, it's Connor. And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
49ers have an extra defensive back on the field, a nickel set for 3rd down. Here's Roethlisberger. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line.
That's a nice clip and save sequence there defensively because they did everything as they would have wanted to. They forced a third down, blanketed the field with coverage, nowhere to go with the football, forced a dump off to the back, and even then they closed quickly and got him down behind the line of scrimmage. You name it, they did it well in that last sequence.
A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Now a throw complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 10 yards there to start the drive and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down. Garoppolo on 1st down. That's complete to Mostert out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now here in Santa Clara.
24.
It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter.
13.
To throw again on 2nd down. Garoppolo. No, he doesn't have it. Maybe some alligator arms there going over the middle. 3rd down.
Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 4.
21.
Stop your running. Check. Lucky.
Garoppolo again. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. He's got the lane, and there he goes. The 20. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown.
Well, it certainly looked to me like he tapped into the quarterback's thought process there. And what I'm hearing more and more when I go around the league, defenders sitting in on quarterback meetings trying to learn more about how they think so they can be in the right position to be in the right spot, as he was there to pick that one off and take it all the way back for a touchdown.
Boswell good with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Very short kick taken right at the 20. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
At their own 29-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. We'll see if they can band back together after the pick 6. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A 2-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock. And now he'll fire deep downfield for James. And he'll bring this all the way up to the 45-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line.
The tackle made at the 47-yard line. A gain of 2.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Roethlisberger. Ebron with it over the middle. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. On 1st down, it's Samuels. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
He was brought down by...
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. From the 16, Roethlisberger dancing to his left. He's going to take off with it, and he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. The improvisation gets him only a couple, but that's all he needed. 1st down.
1st down, Steelers.
Now Ben going to give this one to Connor. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
The Steelers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. They're going to run again with Snell. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Now, that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This is a fairly straightforward 22-yard short attempt. And Boswell's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. A short kick taken at the 18. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Here we go. Like 20. Clock. I got you.
I got you, son. Check your hot read. Rush in.
11. Go ahead.
Garoppolo now, 1st down throw, eluding the pressure right. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk, and this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Justin Lane, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now it's Roethlisberger. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Intended for Eric.
Well, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away, turns into a nice play.
The Steelers on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to wind up and air it out. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need.
Dave Ward
Picked off by the former first-rounder, Jimmy Ward. Now with that interception, you feel like we got a ball game again. Remember, 2-score contest and still time left here in the fourth.
And in the old days, not too long gone either, throwing the ball here would have been an absolute no-no, but the way the game's played now, throwing it makes sense. You just have to be careful when you put it in the air.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. It's Connor as they stay on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Roethlisberger going to get this one to Connor, and he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
And the Steeler first down.
They'll run on first down. It's Connor, and this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to turn you.
Oh, Roethlisberger going to throw. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Well, in all likelihood, this ball game's still over. I mean, even with the interception, 2-score game, they need a miracle.
Curious decision to even throw the ball in that situation, but maybe they saw a stacked line of scrimmage and said, hey, it's better to try and throw than to try and run against it. In any event, I think you're exactly right. Now, the other team can pad their stats, but I think they're going to win.
Yeah, but still, don't change the channel just yet. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. Here's Mostert. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Nelson on the tackle. It's a gain of a yard. Brings up
2nd down and goal. Garoppolo. His pass caught at the 4. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Sliding out of the pocket. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
It's now 4th down and goal.
The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. One final try now for Garoppolo. Flushed out right. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Sean Davis with a pick, and that will write a finish to this ball game.
Tonight's final score, Steelers 34,